All right, thanks everybody for submitting. Since we had some fairly low scores on this one, so I do want to chat through some of these questions so that we can make sure that we have it done. So that we understand. So it says, since 18 degrees is the angle here, which sides would you use to calculate x, right? So given this thing here, I see that I have, if this is 18, then across from there, that would be my opposite. So I'm going to be looking for one of the answers that has opposite in it. So I'd say, okay, I'm going to use either opposite and adjacent or opposite and hypotenuse. And the other side that they give me is 17. That is my hypotenuse. So I have my opposite here and my hypotenuse. So my answer should be opposite and hypotenuse. Okay. For number 2, then it says, so then what's the correct equation to utilize? Okay, so I have, if I have opposite and hypotenuse, if I have O and H, then should I use sine, cosine, or tangent? You can either chat me, feel free to come off mute if you like.
Sine.
Sine, how do you know?
Because on the little thing is SOH, which stands for OH is opposite of hypotenuse, and the S stands for sine.
For sure. Thank you, Antoine. So we have either sine, we have sine 18 equals 17 over x, or sine 18 equals x over 17, right? So I could either use either this third one or the first one here. Since it is O over H, as Antoine said, my O, my opposite is x. So I should have x on top and 17 on bottom. So it's not going to be 17 over x, it's going to be x over 17. We should read this question here. All right. Any questions so far on the first 2 questions that we've dealt with? Feel free to come off mute, so you can type them. Okay. All right, so then for the next one, and I saw this as probably our biggest problem as I was looking at you all trying to solve the IXLs for those of you who got started. Let me pull up my calculator here. This is loading Desmos. So I saw a lot of you are like, okay, sine 18 equals x over 17. Okay, so what should I do in order to solve for x here? How would I get x by itself? How do I get x by itself in this case?
The opposite of division by multiplying by 17.
Yeah, definitely. So we're going to multiply by 17 on this side. And that means what we do on one side, we have to multiply on the other. I love what Anna said there. Since the opposite, this is division, the opposite of division is multiplication. That's why I'm doing that. So this 17 and that 17 are going to cancel out. And that's going to leave me with just x on this side here, right? So I really need to get 17 times sine 18. I need to calculate this in order to find out what x is. So I'm going to take away the x. I get this number. That number doesn't make any sense, right? Well, how could x be a negative number? What is wrong with my calculator right now that it's giving me the wrong number?
You forgot to include the degree.
Yeah, we actually have to put it in degrees. Right now, Desmos is in radians. So you actually have to click this little button here. And right now it's in radians, and I need to put my calculator in degrees. When I put my calculator in degrees, I get 5.25, which should be one of my answers. It is right here, 5.25, just like that. Are there any questions about this one or about putting your calculator in degrees? All right. Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and move to this next one. So I think, let me check here. I believe this was our most missed question. Looking at the responses. Let me double check here. this was the one that people replied, I don't know, to the most, right? So not our most missed question, but one that we definitely replied IDK. So for this one, it says in the figure below, a ladder 15 feet long, so here's my ladder, forms an angle of 56 degrees with the level ground as it leans against the building, the vertical side of the building. The distance along the building in feet between the ground and the top of the ladder, right? The ground and the top of the ladder. So along the building right here. So they want to know this side over here, the up and down, the height of this triangle is equal to which of the following, right? So they want to know this side over here, and they give us this side here as well as the angle, right? If I want to know this side over here, this side that I'm trying to find, is that my opposite, my adjacent, or my hypotenuse? The side that I'm trying to find. My O, my H, or my A?
Your opposite?
It's my opposite. It's the one that's across from 56. Good job. So it's my O. Yeah, Geraldine. So this is my O. And then 15, is this H or A?
H, hypotenuse.
Yeah, it's H, hypotenuse. Good job, Antoine. So we have O and H, right? And as Antoine told us earlier, O and H is sine, right? So I need one of these possibilities that has sine in it. I see only one possibility that has sine. So my test taking strategy is like, oh, okay, I only see one with sine. It's probably going to be H. If I really wanted to work this out, I would say, okay, sine 56 is equal to the side of the building opposite over hypotenuse 15, right? And as Anna told us earlier, and a number of you told us earlier, I'm going to multiply by 15 on each side. And that's going to leave me with just X on this side. So this is my answer, H. I see 15 times sine 56. So I'm going to go ahead and choose H. This is our most IDK question. And then finally, we have our last question where it asks us, this was our most missed question. Only 22% of people got it correct. So it says in the right triangle below, the length of AB is 13 and the length of CB is 12. What is the tangent of A? The tangent of A. So here is our A right here, right? And what fraction, what over what, like O over A or A over H or O over H, what fraction represents tangent? What fraction represents tangent? Like, is it A over H, O over H?
O over A.
O over A. Good job. O over A, right? So if it's O over A, respective to this angle A, what is the opposite from angle A? What number represents the opposite? Antoine didn't quite catch that. I don't know. Oh, there we go, 12, yep, 12. So our opposite is 12, and our adjacent, this one over here, that's our hypotenuse, so 13, but our adjacent is this one over here, right? We might know like 5, 12, 13. This is like a regular Pythagorean theorem or Pythagorean triple. You could use Pythagorean theorem to find out that this is a 5. Or honestly, just looking at these answer choices, it's gotta be 5, because let's look at these here. If I look at these answer choices, I have a 12, a 13, or a 5 option, right? So the 12 and the 13 are here. This one must be the 5. So I'm thinking, okay, this is 5 here. Tangent is 12 over 5. 12 over 5 is A. So my correct answer would be A here. Okay. There were some feedback questions. If you're going to resubmit, no problem. You don't have to fill out these questions again. But if you could tell me something that I did awesome, something that I should do next week to make life more awesome, and then how you're doing, I'd love to check in. and you can press submit. Once you get to this page, as soon as it loads, once you get to this page, you can press view score, and that is how this is the page you can screenshot. Okay. If you would like to resubmit the forms for higher scores, you absolutely can. Yep, that's a great question, Angela. I am totally fine. I want everyone to get 5 out of 5 eventually. Thank you for answering honestly in the first one, but I do want us to go through that motion as well. Okay, so you can still increase your score 5 out of 5. Thanks for being here today. Awesome. Okay. All right. Thank you for going through that process with us. I am going to jump us into our normal working groups that we have been working with. If you didn't take the notes and you still need to jump into them, feel free to pop into your breakout room now and take notes. If you want to work with your team or you want to work solo, you can also jump into a breakout room. If you want to stay here and ask a question or work on the assignment with me, you can stay here in this room and we'll work on the questions that you want to go over. And if you finish the assignments, just let me know right now and I will send you on your way. I will ask one thing, which is that you don't sign off without just checking in with me real fast. So if you are going to sign off, just let me know and we'll make it work. Cool. Go ahead and tell me what color you are. Cool. Thanks, Elvia. Thanks, Ashley. Thanks, Diana. Thanks, Antoine. I'm going to pop over to Canvas. Awesome, JR. Pop into that breakout room. You should be able to see it if you click on the breakout room at the bottom. Let me know if you can't find it. I am refreshing my Canvas. Geraldine, awesome. We can work together. Lillian, sounds good. You can pop into the breakout room. So for my blue folks, Antoine, you're free to head out. Nick, you are free to head out. Michelle, you're free to head out. Ashley M, you are free to head out. Diana, you're free to head out. Elvia, you're free to head out. And Cheyenne's not here anymore. Great. Thank you all. Have a good day. Anna, sweet. Let's chat through it. Anna, Blanca, feel free to jump into your breakout room. Sounds like a plan. All right. Let me switch over my screen share. My people who are staying with me, I think that was Geraldine and Anna at least. Do we have specific problems we want to work on, or do you want to just start with number 1? Do you have a question? Where are we at? Anna, since you're green, does that mean that you have a question right now?
Not right now, but I'm trying to look for the one that I had a question. I needed.
Okay. Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. Just let me know when you find it. And then Geraldine, you're working through them. Let me know when you have a question. Amazing. Love it. Alejandra, Amy, Sada, Elizabeth, Brittany, Leslie, Roxana, Angelica, where are you guys at? Just let me know in the chat, like if you're working through them. Cool. Thanks, Roxana. You can just let me know the question if you have a question. You also can chat Miss Yama if you want to work with her. You can do like one-on-one. Awesome, Ale. Feel good? Awesome. Okay, sounds good, Brittany. Thank you. Okay, Angelica, thank you. Awesome. Ale, does that one question that you missed on the checkpoint, does that make sense now? Awesome.